Well, hello, and welcome to this episode of Learn Everyday English, your roadway to English proficiency. As you can see, we got a new episode today. It's going to be all about talking Texan again, and it's one of your favorite episodes, I think. So we're going to be going over some new words and expressions and a little dialogue for you. But before we get into that, there's 3 things you can do for me. 1, like the video. 2, subscribe to the channel. And 3, tell your friends about it so that they can benefit from these videos too, just like you. So yeah, we're going to have a little fun today. We're going to be going over another episode of How to Talk Texan. It seems to be one of the most popular episodes that I have here on the channel. Besides, I guess, the episode about African American speech. So I'm going to be going over a little dialogue for you, a dialogue. I'll have it kind of written out in the description below. But there'll be 2 people talking, 2 characters. I'll be changing hats from one person to the other. And see if you can understand what they're saying. And saying, not saying, but saying. We say saying instead of saying what they're saying. And see if you can understand. And then we'll go over it in more detail so you can understand what's going on. So without further ado, let's get going. Hey, what you doing? What you doing? I'm a-fixin' to go to the store. I'm a-fixin' to go to the store. Okay, what you gonna go get? What you gonna go get? Well, we done run out of a lot of stuff. We done run out of a lot of stuff. Okay, well, like what? Like what? Eggs, milk, bacon, collards, chips and dip, the usual, the usual. Well, can you pick me up a few things? Can you pick me up a few things? Okay, give me a list of things. Give me a list of things. I need some smokes and some brewski. I need some smokes and some brewski. Oh, and get some smokes and taters too. Get some smokes and taters too. Hey, while you're at it, why don't you make a pit stop at that new barbecue joint and grab us some brisket? Yeah, make a pit stop at that new barbecue joint and grab us some brisket. Hey, well, that's using your noggin. That's using your noggin. Good idea. Good idea. I've been hankering for some barbecue lately, some BBQ. I've been hankering for some BBQ. Hey, I'll be back. Hey, don't take your sweet time. Don't take your sweet time. We got to mosey on out at 3 p.m. We got to mosey on out at 3 p.m. and pop in on Uncle Bill. We only see him once in a blue moon. We only see him once in a blue moon. Oh, yeah. That slipped my mind. I'll be back in a jiffy. So now I'm just going to go over how much of that dialogue did you understand? Some of it? A little bit? I'm just going to go through the dialogue. I did repeat some of the phrases twice just so you can kind of had an idea of what's going on, but I'm going to read through the whole dialogue now, just line by line without stopping. Then I'm going to go back into more detail. So here's a conversation that was going back and forth. What you doing? I'm fixing to go to the store. What you gonna go get? We done run out of a lot of stuff. Like what? Eggs, milk, bacon, collards, chips and dip, the usual. Can you pick me up a few things? Okay, give me a list of things. I need some smokes and brewski. Oh, get some yard bird and taters too. And while you're at it, Why don't you make a pit stop at that new barbecue joint and grab us some brisket? Well, that's using your noggin. Good idea. I've been hankering for some good BBQ lately. Yeah, I'll be back. Hey, don't take your sweet time. We gotta mosey on out at 3 p.m. and pop in on Uncle Bill. We only see him once in the blue moon. Oh yeah, that slipped my mind. I'll be back in a jiffy. Did that make it any easier for you at all? Are you still confused? Okay, if so, we're going to clear all of these things up for you right now. Hey, I'll be back without the hats. Well, I'll have a different hat on when I come back. Well, I'm back with a different hat on. This is kind of my, maybe say, driving hat, riding hat. I guess a hat from, I think, Ireland or that part of the world. I like these styles of hat, but this is my reviewing the dialogue hat. So let's go over the dialogue just to make sure. So the first person says, what you doing? What you doing? So what you is short for what are you? What are you? But in English, a lot of times we say what you. What you doing? Doing is short for doing. So what you doing? What you doing is what are you doing? What are you doing? And then the second person says, I'm fixing to go to the stove. I'm fixing to go to the stove. I'm fixing to go to the stove. I'm fixing to is I'm fixing to. So instead of saying to, we say to. Instead of saying fixing, we say fixin'. Fixing to, fixing to. A lot of times we say go to. Instead of saying the, we say the stove. Instead of saying store, sometimes people will say stow. I'm going to the store. The store is the stove. So I'm fixing to go to the store is I'm fixing to go to the store. I'm fixing to go to the store, or I'm getting ready to. Fixing to means I'm getting ready to. So I'm getting ready to go to the store. Hey, what you gonna go get? Sometimes say, what you gonna go get? 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 Which means like, what are you going to go get? What are you going to go get is what you gonna go get. What you gonna go get? And then the second person says, we done run out of a lot of stuff. We done run out of a lot of stuff. Instead of saying have, we say done sometimes. We have run out of a lot of things. So we have run out of means like we have no more of that thing. We've run out. We've used it all up. So what we done run out of a lot of stuff means we have used up a lot of things. Instead of things, we say stuff. So we have run out of a lot of things. We don't have a lot of things anymore. We done run out of a lot of. Done run out of a lot of. We done run out of a lot of is out of a lot of stuff. And the next person says, like what? That's pretty easy. Then he lists things. You probably could figure these out or know these. Eggs, milk, bacon, collards. Collards is a type of green vegetable. Sometimes we say collard greens. Collard greens. It's a leafy vegetable, kind of like spinach, but it has a very different taste. Sometimes collards. Then chips and dip. Chips is just short for potato chips. Dip is the thing that you dip your potato chip in and eat it. And he says, oh, the usual. That means like the regular things we buy. Then the next person says, can you pick me up a few things? Can you pick me up a few things? Instead of saying things, sometimes we'll say things. Things. Can you pick me up a few things? Pick me up means can you go buy a few things for me? Pick me up. Can you go buy? Then the next person says, okay, give me a list of things. Give me a list of things. Gimme is short for give me, so gimme a lista. Instead of saying a list of, we say a lista. So a list of things is a list of things. So, okay, give me a list of things. Okay, give me a list of things. It means, okay, give me a list of things. And the next person says, I need some smokes and brewski. I need some smokes and brewski. Smokes is just another word for cigarettes. And brewski is another word for beer. So I need some cigarettes and beer. And the next person says, well, then he continues and he says, oh, get me some yard bird and some taters too. Get me some yard bird and some taters too. Yard bird is another way to say chicken, just because it's a bird that usually is in the yard walking around. So yard bird is a chicken. And some taters is just another way to say potatoes. Potatoes. So, okay, get me some yard bird and taters too is get me some chicken and potatoes too. And while you're at it, that means while you're going to be shopping, while you're going to be doing that, why don't you, why don't you, instead of you, we say ch, why don't you, make a pit stop, make a pit stop. So a pit stop is like just make a stop. Why don't you stop at a place, make a pit stop. Pit stop comes from the term they use in auto racing when the car is going around the track, we say, or the oval, and it has to go maybe change some tires or get some fuel. It makes a pit stop. So we say, can you make a pit stop? Hey, my oven is going off. I need to turn that off. So make a pit stop. Hey, can you stop at that new barbecue joint? Sometimes say, instead of saying barbecue, we'll abbreviate it and say BBQ. Joint is just another word for like restaurant or that barbecue joint, that barbecue restaurant, or that barbecue cafe. So joint is just another word for restaurant or cafe. And grab me some brisket. Grab me, not physically grab me, but means to grab me means to get me some or buy me some. To get me or buy me some. So make a pit stop at that new barbecue joint and grab us some brisket. So why don't you stop at that new barbecue restaurant and get us or buy us some brisket. Then the next person says, well, that's using your noggin. That's using your noggin. So noggin is just another word for head. That's using your head. That means, hey, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. You're thinking well. So, well, that's using your noggin. Good idea. That's using your brain, your mind. I've been hankering for some barbecue lately. I've been hankering for. Hankering for means like I've had a desire or an interest in barbecue lately. I've been wanting to have some or eat some barbecue lately, to have a hankering for. Hey, I'll be back. Then the next person says, hey, don't take your sweet time. Don't take your sweet time. Like, hey, don't take too long. Don't take so long. We got to mosey on out. Mosey on out means like we have to go out. We have to leave the house and go out. Means to mosey on out. At 3 p.m. and pop in on Uncle Bill. So to pop in on is to like make a visit, to go see somebody, to go visit somebody is to pop in on. We only see him once in a blue moon. We only see him once in a blue moon. So once in a blue moon means very seldom. We don't see him very often, not often at all. It's once in a blue moon. Oh yeah, that slipped my mind. That slipped my mind. To slip my mind means, hey, I forgot about that. I forgot about it. I'll be back in a jiffy. I'll be back in a jiffy. So to be back in a jiffy means I'll be back very soon, or I'll return very soon. In a jiffy means soon or very soon. So does that make sense for you? Does that make sense to you? You might want to rewind, go back and listen to the dialogue again, and with these definitions and explanations, and see if the video makes sense to you. So what you doing? I'll go over it one more time. Just read it through. What you doing means what are you doing? I'm fixing to go to the stove. I'm fixing to go to the store. I'm getting ready to go to the store. What you gonna go get is what are you going to go get? Hey, we done run out of a lot of stuff. We have run out of a lot of things. Like what? Eggs, milk, bacon, collards, chips and dip, the usual. Can you pick me up a few things? Or can you pick me up a few things? Okay, give me a list of things. Okay, give me a list of things. I need some smokes and brewski. Means I need some cigarettes and beer. Oh, get some yardbird and taters too. Get some chicken and potatoes too. Hey, while you're at it, since you're going to be there while you're doing that, why don't you make a pit stop? Hey, why don't you stop at that new barbecue joint, that new barbecue restaurant or cafe, and grab us some brisket. Hey, and get us or buy us some brisket. Well, that's using your noggin, that's using your head, that's using your mind. Good idea. I've been hankering for some barbecue lately. I've really had a desire to want to eat some barbecue lately. I'll be back. Hey, don't take your sweet time. Hey, don't be too slow about it. You kind of hurry up. We got to mosey on out at 3 p.m. We got to leave the house at 3 p.m. We got to go out at 3 and pop in on Uncle Bill and go visit Uncle Bill. We only see him once in a blue moon. We only see him very infrequently, or we don't see him very often. Oh yeah, that slipped my mind. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'll be back in a jiffy. I'll be back real quick. So does that make sense to you? Hey, did you learn some new words and phrases? Did you find this episode interesting? Hey, let me know in the comments below what new words you learned and what did you like about this. And I'm going to be working on, putting together an ebook that you can purchase for a very low price. It'll be all about how to talk Texan. It'll have a lot of words and expressions and phrases that we use here in Texas, with definitions of what they mean and with example sentences. So that's something you can use as a reference. I'm thinking I'll have maybe around several hundred different words and phrases, so you can have that, because a lot of people ask me questions about words and phrases we use here in Texas, and ask for more episodes about how to talk Texan. So I think it'll be very useful and very beneficial and help a lot of people out. So again, let me know what you thought of the episode in the comments. And I think that'll do it for today. I got plans to do more episodes on how to talk Texan. I'll probably be doing some every couple weeks, so be on the lookout for that. And I said be on the lookout, or watch out for, be looking for. Maybe in the next couple months I'll have the How to Talk Texan ebook available for you if you're interested in getting that. So watch out. Okay, well, thanks for watching this episode of Learn Everyday English. Again, remember to like the channel, subscribe, and tell your friends about it. Hey, and have a good day, rest of the week, wherever you are in this world, and we'll see you later on Learn Everyday English. Hey, talk to you later. Goodbye.